Hey, what's up, you guys? This is the Chaotic Dragon back again on YouTube. Today, we're going to actually talk about some actual chaos. So, let's get into the replays. Alright, so we're going to scroll all the way down here to the chaos. Chaossworn starting. What this is Chaos Dragonsworn modern day. First opponent will be, I believe, the Stargrails, or whatever they're called now. I believe they're called the World Chalice monsters now. But this guy built an entire deck around it, so here it is. And we're gonna go ahead and continue playing the game. 5 o'clock in the morning, pretty much, and I'm enjoying a cup of joe, and I'm making a video. Life is good. I'm not going to complain. I'm spending my Saturday doing stuff that I actually do love. As tired as I sound, that's okay, though. Tired is better than dead. Anyway, guys, so as you can see, he's going off. I've got my one link monster against his, like, 50 billion. And that's totally not an exaggeration. Not at all. And he's just going off. I don't really know what the World Chalice's end goal is, but none of their monsters are really that impressive. Like, the dragon to me is the most impressive monster they have, because that monster is like, yeah, by the way, the World Chalice dragon's like, yeah, I'm like Catastor. And then, like, they have to rely on something else to be interesting. And I go ahead and get rid of that back row, not knowing what it really is, and I go off from here. Just kind of wipe out his stuff, kill that dragon, and then from this point, I just kind of take it back. I mean, yeah, he's going to Geki me, but it's kind of funny. This is really the turning point right here. And I'm getting really upset here in a second, you'll see, when I was playing this game, because it was very much a battle of resources, and I'm like, ah! But luckily for me, I had a dragon, so I was able to summon the dragon out and beat over that thing, which I don't even know why he did that. Why would you summon this monster in attack mode? I'll never know. Unless there's an effect that says it has to be in attack mode. No, it says it has to be an attack. I don't know why he would do that. I mean, the truth of the matter is, I'm on Dawn of a New Era, and the thing about this program is, yes, I can play Link format, which is awesome. Love that. But the truth of the matter is, these players are not the best players in the world. It's just how it is. And DevPro does have better players. But these people are also a lot nicer, so to speak. The people that play on this thing, like, some of them are competitive. Like, technically, the World Chalice is considered a competitive deck, but just because a player is competitive doesn't mean they're the most competitive. So, you know, and, you know, this guy wasn't going to take it no matter what now. And at this point he gives up because I'm going to make an Exceeds play, I'm going to get rid of this. He doesn't have any real back row. I mean, like, one Rebellion Dragon and I've won, because I just make Rebellion, ram it over, I win. Alright. Replay number 2. I have to keep doing that, by the way. I have to keep going in and clicking it, because that's just how this machine works with replays. So you play your replay, then when you're done, it automatically exits out and closes the window, and then you have to open the replay button again. It doesn't do it like DevPro, where it just pops it up when it closes, the replay window is still open. But that's okay. The next deck I'm up against is, what is this one called? I can't remember. Cubics. Yeah, they're not very impressive at all. Coffee. It's a wonderful invention, guys. The Cubics have never really been an impressive deck to me. You know, I mean, they're kind of cool. I give it that. It's a cool deck. And their boss monster here, the Dark Cubic Deity or whatever, like this dude, Cubic Lord, excuse me, this is a badass boss monster. He's up, like, if you get him out there, he's up there with, like, the Dinosaur's Tyranno, you know what I mean, like, the Ultimate Conductor Tyranno or whatever. Like, they're boss monsters that if you get them out, they're definitely worth it and powerful. And look at that, there you go, Dark Arm's still doing its thing, pop, 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 and then he gives up, obviously. I mean, I don't blame him, you know, like, if you see you're about to lose and you're about to take a shit ton of damage, yeah, I'd leave too. I do it all the time. I do this also scummy thing where if I get mad because a Yu-Gi-Oh player pulls some bullshit on me. Like I was playing a burn player the other day, and I got mad because he was kicking my ass. Because burn, 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 and I had a what do you call it? I had like a breakthrough skill face down, but it didn't matter. Like he was gonna burn me with all the other stuff, so I got a little frustrated. So it's asking me, "Do you want to chain?" I just minimized the window. Wasted like 2 minutes of that guy, and I come back and I see messages like, "Fine, fuck you. I'll just win by time." It was a little scummy, but you know he kind of had it coming. And anyway, back to the main replay. As you can see, I bait out the Lagia, and Chaossworn still got some muscle. I mean, I'm taking out the Dino deck, and he made the best plays he could. I mean, there was really not much he could do. I mean, like on this turn, he could have gone for the Fire True King and summoned it, but I would have just, you know, Fairy Tail snowed it face down and Michael'd it away on my turn, and then he would have been in the same predicament. So it was a win-win for me no matter what. Alright, and that's it. Now let's go to the deck, because we know that's what you guys really want to see. Boom! Alright, there you go. This is basically what I came up with. I made it a 45 card deck because I am playing 6 draw cards plus Max C, so I thought that was a little bit much. However, there are plenty of cards you can take out that you actually don't need for this deck. Like, for example, you don't need Prime Material at all. You could easily drop a Thrasher. You could take out My Body. Let's see here. What else could you take out? You could probably take out the Dark Flare. I just played him for Flare. No pun intended. And you probably could get away with, like, going one... Or, no, you could probably get away with just taking out the Dark Armed altogether, because the Orbital here is more than enough firepower to blow stuff up, and he mills. So you basically could go something like this if you want, or you can... I mean, the truth be told, you can also exchange certain cards out if you want. If you want more monsters, you could easily take out, like, Upstart, for example, and you could take out like the Rise to Full Heights and the you know, Reinforcing the Army. That's just me playing my style, so I threw like my style cards in there. And then of course my extra deck is very simple. The only monsters that actually matter are Deco Talker, Michael, Dante, Levier, Garga Cowboy, and Minerva. And sometimes the Queen and Rebellion were useful. But and Scarlight, as you saw, I did summon him once, but most of the stuff, like, these are the monsters. These 3 monsters right here are what I summon most often right here. Deco Talker, Minerva, and Michael. Everything's really simple. If you don't have anything on the field and the Supreme King Dragon Duke Darkworm here is in the graveyard, it's basically like kind of like a wolf in that aspect. It's like, or it's more like a Thrasher, but from the graveyard. You don't control any monsters? Okay, well, special summon me. And it's a dark dragon, so I figured it made sense. And then you got the Orbital Hydralander here, as it's called here in the States. If you have 5 monsters in the graveyard, none of them having the same name, you basically get to mill 3 and pop a card on either player's turn. So it's a machine, but it's a better version than Dark Armed. And also it's an alert target. So you do have that, and then of course we got the Light Pulsar, the Red Eyes Darkness Metal, and then Eclipse Wyvern was to, in my version, it was to either banish Dark Flare, Dark Armed, or Red Eyes Darkness Metal. And that was its sole purpose. And then, of course, Light Pulsar, or not, excuse me, Dark Flare was not on the list. Just the Red Eyes and the Dark Armed. And then, of course, you had Light Pulsar if it died to bring that back. If you're playing Chaos, you might as well play BLS because he's he's the best Chaos monster currently here in the States. Until they give us Chaos Emperor back, if I should say, this is what I should say, if they ever give us Chaos Emperor back. So yeah, that's a nice and simple video for today. Be sure to leave a like, a comment, and a subscribe if you would be willing to do so. I'm going to leave my links to all my social medias and my vlog channel in the description below. Feel free to check all of that out. And yeah, don't forget to keep up with the chaos.